It's time for the next stop on our 2024 summer trip. We're at Bruneau Dunes State Park in Bruneau, Idaho. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We are at Bruneau Dunes State Park in Bruneau, Idaho. This place is awesome. We've only been here maybe a couple hours. We just rolled in. It's about 7:30 at night. It's nice and cool. It's like 73 degrees. What an awesome little campground. And the dunes in the distance are amazing, guys. I'm going to show that to you in a second. But what I want to do first is I want to show you what we saw on our drive. Check this out. Check out these pronghorn we found on the side of the road. Really, really cool. So for those of you who may not know, I used to be a wildlife biologist, and I was a wildlife biologist for 15 years for the state of Florida, and I love wildlife encounters. So being able to get up that close to pronghorn antelope, because normally when we see them, they're like way off in the fields and stuff. So the fact that they were right by the road and let me get out of the van and shoot some video of them, super cool. I love that. But anyway, let me show you our campsite. So we're at campsite 16 in the Broken Wheel campground at Bruneau Dunes State Park. So I'm going to flip the camera around and give you a little tour of our campsite. Okay guys, so there is the road, and you would exit there. It's kind of one way. So actually, let me go this way. So if you come down that entrance road, you'll see off in the distance there are some dumpsters. There's Delaney's tent, which I'll show you in a second. But then you come in right there, and then there's kind of like some spokes inside this outer circle. And so there are the dunes over there in the background, those gray sand mounds. We're gonna go check that out in a few minutes. But we got the cargo camper here, and the table's set up. Here's Delaney's tent, still using our Eureka Tetragon 3. And then I'll go this way. There's a fire pit, picnic table. We got the Kemp bus, and then we got the cargo camper. So wide open in this campground. There's definitely no vegetation to block sight lines. You're going to see your neighbors and they're going to see you. But that's probably to be expected in this part of Idaho. So, but I mean, look at those views, guys. It's gorgeous. So we're here for, let's see, tonight, tomorrow night, and one more night. We're here for 3 nights, and we are going to go check out the dunes here in a minute while the sun is setting. Tomorrow, we're going to do a drive about 2 hours over to Craters of the Moon National Monument, which is an awesome place I've been to before. Haven't been there since 2010. So, man, it's been 14 years since I've been there. Looking forward to going to see that. I'm going to do a whole separate video on that. And then we're going to spend our final day, full day here at Bruneau Dunes. So we got a lot more in store for you. Let's go check out the dunes. Okay, guys, we are here at the dune. It's a beautiful evening. Look at this monster thing behind me, guys. It is way high. There's the Kemp bus way down there. There's Barb. All right, let's see if we can climb this thing. All right, guys, we made it to the top. I'm exhausted. Big guys are not made to climb sand dunes, that is for sure. For every step I take a half step back and sliding down. But you guys gotta see this view. Let me turn the camera around. So there's our campground in the distance. They have an observatory here, which we'll have to check out later. And then here's the view from the top of the dune. So they got some lakes. Another small dune in the distance. And then as I keep coming around, there's some really big dunes over across the way, including that dune over there. That is a tall dune. As you can see, we've made it to the top of this one. And then another little dune. And you can see how high we are, because there is the Kemp bus. What a beautiful evening at Bruneau Dunes. So as awesome as this is, the sun's starting to set. It's probably time to get back to camp and get ready for a full day adventure tomorrow. As I said, we're gonna go over to Craters of the Moon National Monument tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that video. As a matter of fact, when that video goes live, I'm gonna put a link to it right up here where you can check that out, because that place is amazing. This place isn't too shabby. So I'm gonna get back to camp. We'll see you guys later. Well, good morning, guys, from Bruneau Dunes State Park in Idaho, Bruneau, Idaho. Overlooking the awesome sand dunes, these huge sand dunes. But it's morning and we have stopped moving long enough to make a nice hearty breakfast. Normally on a lot of our travel days, or when we're gonna get up and go really fast, we eat quick stuff like pre-made muffins that we've made the night before, or Pop-Tarts, or a quick bowl of cereal or something like that. But since we're just spending today at the park and we're relaxing before we push on to Washington tomorrow, we're gonna make a big breakfast of scrambled eggs and hash browns and bacon and a muffin ring. So let's get to it. Apple cinnamon is the flavor of the day. One of our eggs was frozen. We'll have to thaw it in the pan. Oh well. Okay, the eggs are done. Hash browns and bacon are done. And the muffin is still cooking. And there it is, apple cinnamon muffins. Ready to eat. We'll eat part of it today and we'll save part of it for breakfast tomorrow as we get up and drive early. Okay guys, breakfast was great, but I cooked bacon, which means it's time to clean up. Cleaning a camp stove can be a pain, but if you watch my channel at all, you know that I absolutely love the Super Clean products. And I just wanted to talk about this one, guys, because I carry their aerosol spray when I'm camping. Now, I love their squirt bottles, and I use the squirt bottles to take the black streaks off campers, and I use the sprays at home all the time. And if I'm cleaning my gear at home, I'll use the spray. But when I'm traveling, I carry one of these because it's really, really simple to carry. I don't have to worry about it leaking or anything like that. With the aerosol, it foams up so you can see where you sprayed it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know I've done a couple of videos on cleaning a camp stove, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do this one real quick, just to brag on Super Clean. And guys, one of the reasons I love Super Clean is not only their products are awesome, but they support our channel. So anytime I am doing a gear giveaway, I'll contact my friends at Super Clean and say, hey, do you want to include something in the gear giveaway? And they're like, absolutely. So we've given away several bottles of Super Clean, both the aerosol and their spray bottle stuff. So just want to thank them again for being such an amazing supporter of Kemp Outside. And so I really like to sing their praises. And guys, I only recommend stuff that's good. If it sucks, I'll tell you. This doesn't suck. It cleans. Check it out. Okay guys, I've unscrewed the burners, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna coat everything in the super clean, and I'll just wipe it with a paper towel. See, and so you can see as it foams up like that, really makes it easy, because you know where you cleaned, or you know where you sprayed and where you didn't spray, or you know where you wiped and where you didn't wipe. So basically just come in with a paper towel or a rag, whatever you got. Okay guys, then the last thing I do is I'll wet it down with some water to wipe it down, and then I'll wipe it down one more time to get the water out, and you're done. Easy, easy, easy. All right guys, so that was the cleaning of the camp stove. We're all cleaned up after breakfast. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do today. It's going to be a hot one, and they've warned us not to go on the sand dunes until it's cooler, like in the evening time or early morning, because the sand can get really hot. So we're probably going to go down to that observatory and see if it's open, check it out, maybe check out the rest of the park. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do the rest of the day. Wait for the air to cool down and the sand to cool down so we can go back up on the dune. So we came down to the observatory. Unfortunately, it was closed. It looks like they do planetarium programs on Friday and Saturday nights. Unfortunately, we're not going to be here on a Friday or Saturday night, so we're going to miss it. But if you come to Bruneau Dunes and you attend one of their planetarium sessions, drop some in the comments below. Let me know how it is. I'm bummed we're missing it. Behind the planetarium, which you can see behind me, is a lake and a dock. Check this out. Yep, there's my wife putting her feet in the water because that's what she does everywhere she goes. Nice, beautiful lake here. Dunes. I think Delaney sees some fish. Guys, we encountered 3 different species of lizards in 10 minutes. Check this out. We saw a leopard lizard, a western whiptail, and then a short-horned lizard. Check it out. Here's the leopard lizard, and it's the first time I've ever seen one of these in the wild. It really blended in with the grass. It was a really hard lizard to find, and I think we just saw it by chance. How cool is that? Here's the second lizard that I'm seeing for the first time in the wild, the western whiptail. And of course, all of these lizards are super fast. I tried to get close to this guy before he took off. It's hard to catch. But this lizard was easy, the shorthorn lizard. Guys, just driving down the road, I found this horned lizard. Check him out. He is awesome. We're gonna let him go, but we're gonna get him out of the road. So, fun fact about horned lizards, when they're afraid or they're trying to evade predators, they squirt blood out of their eyes. He didn't do it for me, but it would have been cool to see. How awesome. So guys, that was so cool. I am on the hunt now for lizards. Delaney, all he wants to do is go find lizards. Really, really cool. I've never seen any of those species in the wild until today. Super, super cool. Wonder what else we can find. Let's go. Well guys, it's mid-afternoon on our last day here, and man, it got hot. So one thing I would definitely say is if you're camping here, you definitely are going to want an awning or something like that, some kind of shade. We don't have an awning on the cargo camper yet. It's on the list of things to do as we continue to upgrade our cargo camper. So we just keep walking around it. You know, whichever side is casting a shade, that's the side we sit on. But when the sun was straight up in the air, it was really hard to find shade. So you're going to want an awning, or you're going to want a screen house or something like that to provide shade, maybe one of those easy ups. The other thing I'll say, guys, is that the mosquitoes have been pretty bad here, even during parts of the day that I wouldn't expect mosquitoes to be bad, and the wind doesn't seem to stop them all that much. So we've been running thermocells, and that helps some, but you know, around dusk the mosquitoes are just vicious and in numbers. So keep that in mind. If I was going to come back here, I would definitely bring a screen house. There's plenty of grass to set up a screen house, especially if you're in a Broken Wheel campground. Now, I'm going to do a campground review for this park, and you'll see there are two campgrounds here. The Broken Wheel campground, which we're in, is great. You got wide open spaces, lots of grass around your site, you know, lots and lots of space. The Eagle Cove campground is a bunch of pull-through sites, and they're stacked right next to each other. Not a lot of space. If you have a giant rig and you need a pull-through site, I guess go to Eagle Cove. But if you can back in at all, and you've got enough room, and there have been some pretty big trailers in Broken Wheel and some pretty big diesel pushers. If you can back in, you definitely want to be in Broken Wheel. I don't know why they laid out Eagle Cove the way they did. I would not want to stay there, but I really like Broken Wheel. But I would say that if you're coming here, bring a screen house, do yourself a favor. One, you'll like the shade, and two, you'll like the protection from the bugs. So that's just a pro tip from me to you, since I'm learning the hard way. And then guys, also, if you're not familiar with thermocells, I did a video on thermocells. I'll put a link right up here. It's one of my older videos, so it's probably not as good, but basically they're these little butane burning appliances. You put a butane cartridge in the bottom, and then you have these mats that when the butane burns, it heats up a little hot plate, and that wafer emits a chemical in the air that keeps mosquitoes away. So you don't have to spray mosquito spray on you or bug spray on you. Those things work awesome, and I love them. I use them all the time. So I highly recommend a thermocell. And guys, I'm actually an affiliate for Thermocell. So I'll put a link down in the description below where you can get thermocells. I'll put an Amazon link if you want to get it on Amazon. And you can also get them at Bass Pro Shops. I'll put a Bass Pro Shops link, and I'll put a link to Thermocell, their direct website. All of those are affiliate links, guys. So if you use my link to purchase, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it's a great way for you to support my channel. Helps us to continue to bring content to you, and I really, really appreciate it. But you can buy them any way you want. But guys, I highly recommend getting yourself a thermocell or a couple of thermocells. What I like to do is I like to get 3 of them going, and I set them up in a triangle that covers the entire campsite, so that I'm covered whether I'm at the picnic table or over by the camp kitchen or over by the tent or whatever. I'm covered over by the fire pit. So I highly recommend getting a couple thermocells and then using those. Other than that, guys, we're kind of waiting for the weather to cool down. We want to go back to the dune this afternoon, and then there is not a cloud in the sky today, and this is a dark skies site. So I am hoping that after the sun goes down, if I can bear the mosquitoes, and I'm going to leave my thermocells running after dinner to make sure that we've got a mosquito-free zone, I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to do my best to take some photos of the night sky. Now, I am not a talented photographer, especially of like starscapes and stuff, but I'm going to just see how I do. And if anything's really cool, I will put it in the video so you guys can check that out. If I don't, well, then you can bet that none of those photos came out. But I'm looking forward to seeing the sky, because at home in Tampa where we live, there's just so much light pollution that you can see some stars, but nothing like I imagine it is out here. I mean, there's nothing here. I imagine the night sky here is fantastic. So hopefully it stays with no cloud cover, and we'll get a wonderful starry night. So until it cools down, stay tuned for more content from Bruneau Dunes State Park. Okay guys, it's dinner time and we are gonna try something new. We've never made this at the campsite before. This is inspired by my friend Edie Beans with the Little House of Beans, who does all kinds of cooking and baking in the Omni oven. She did a video on a chicken Alfredo pizza roll not too long ago, and I was like, that looks fantastic. We're not gonna do chicken Alfredo, we're gonna just do pepperoni pizza. But we thought we would try making a pizza roll in our Omni oven. So I've never done this before. We're gonna see how this goes, but hopefully it'll be really good. Check it out. Okay guys, so we started off with spreading out the pizza dough. It's just the Pillsbury pizza dough. We're gonna add some marinara sauce. There we go. And we'll have some more that we can dip in if we want. Then we'll add our pepperoni. My wife loves big, thick cut pepperonis. Mozzarella cheese. Italian seasoning. And some Parmesan cheese. Okay, then we're gonna roll it up. All right, and then we're gonna get it in our Omni oven. All right guys, so I don't have a brush for the egg wash, so I kind of put a little more on than I wanted to, but I think it's gonna be just fine. We also topped it with some more Parmesan and some Italian seasoning. So let's get the Omni oven going here. And as you can see, we ended up making 2 of them because 2 fit. So that was 2 rolls of pizza dough with some marinara, pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, and Italian seasoning. Hopefully this will be a success. If it's a total failure, you guys may never see this portion of the video. We'll find out. Okay guys, here it is. Looks pretty good. Time to tear into it. Melty, cheesy goodness. Oh yeah. Barb just found another horned lizard. It's a little guy. Pretty cool. Here's Delaney with the horned lizard. Pretty cool. So dinner was amazing. We cleaned up real quick to get up on top of the dune before the sunset. As you can see, it's doing behind us. Got Delaney up here because it was just Barb and I the first time. And Delaney has a friend, which is a little horned lizard, which we're gonna let go here pretty soon. Yes, we are. And man, it's gorgeous up here. Whew, as you saw earlier. But it's a big climb and I'm tired. All right.
Oh my goodness, it's really steep.
There she goes. My crazy wife. I don't even really know where she's going.
I don't think she does either.
I think she's going all the way to the post. Now she's working her way back up. Here she comes. Yep, here she comes. She's not coming up nearly as fast as she went down. Then again, I wouldn't have done it at all, so. That's my girl. All right, here she comes. She's making it up. The steepest part to go. Uh-oh, she's down to all fours.
Oh boy. Oh, it's sunny over on this side.
All right, she made it.
Oh, I did it! Look, tumbled ass, but I'm not going to.
Good job, Barb. Well, guys, that's it from Bruneau Dunes State Park. We had a great time, but we are leaving this morning. We are rolling out to Washington State to continue our 2024 summer trip. This place was awesome, guys. I really enjoyed it. The sand dunes were cool. The mosquitoes, not so much, but what a beautiful part of Idaho. I think every part of Idaho is beautiful, at least every part I've ever seen. But I really enjoyed coming here, so be sure to hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos so you don't miss anything from our 2024 summer trip. And like I said before, we are going to be producing a campground review video for this park as well. Guys, get out to Bruneau Dunes, climb the dunes, have a good time, enjoy beautiful Idaho. And guys, Camp Outside exists to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. So if you have any questions about Bruneau Dunes State Park, drop some in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Or if you've stayed here before, tell me what you think of this park. I'd love to hear what you think about Bruneau Dunes and getting outside in Idaho. Guys, you can also connect with us at other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, or our website at campoutside.com. Guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.